asking? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
Jambalaya Jake. Jambalaya, J.K. Rowling, Jambalaya, J.K. Rowling, transphobia, posh spice. Hello. Hello, hello. You too. That's a current reference for you, for that S. Hey, hi, hello, and hello, hi, and hello, and hi, hello, and hi. It's your pal Goose, and these are my crackpot theories. Welcome to the channel. If you are just joining me the first time, this is where I talk about comic book news and movies and all the kinds of superhero goodness. So if that is something you enjoy, please stick around. And if you haven't yet, sub and like and all that kind of stuff. So it's that time again of the decade, I guess. How long have they been working on this? It's Deadpool time, and today we have the Deadpool 3 teaser trailer, which we're going to sort of watch and react to. I already watched it a few times, but maybe there's something that I didn't notice. Let's find out together, shall we? So the teaser opens with a birthday cake saying happy birthday Wade, sporting only one candle, picture on a miniature easel with all of his friends and familia gathered together. This is clearly after he fixed everything in his universe with that little time doohickey he used in the last film. DP is sporting a beautiful, beautiful Miami Vice wig with the Magnum PI jeans and Hawaiian shirt. Not sure where the coat comes from, but I'm sure it's a funny little reference. And he launches into the exposition that we are all looking for.
It's been a challenging few years, for sure, but I'm happy.
Things between DP and Vanessa seem a little distant. Maybe things aren't really working out. DP does tend to get bored with his significant others, so perhaps he's ready to move on, or perhaps this is the MCU cutting the chaff from the Deadpool wheat stalk of wheat fields. And of course, Larry, that guy's back, and he was dead, and then Deadpool brought him back. I'm assuming this is probably why the TVA is coming, is because he definitely screwed with his universe, probably resulting in a lot of the inconsistencies that we saw between the X-Men First Class and the congruently running X-Men movies. Perhaps. We're getting pretty metaphorical here with this little candle blowing out scene, which I'm guessing is probably a little bit of a nod to him wishing that things might change or get sort of upended, because he might be looking for a little more invigoration in his life.
Wait, Will? Who's asking? Whoa, 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 whoa.
So now we get our first look at the TVA in this particular entry, and I was expecting Mobius, but I did read since originally seeing this, that it actually is not going to be Mobius as much. He might still make a cameo, but it's going to be someone named Mr. Paradox, which I guess is a person in the comics. We get this sort of updated but also retroized version of the same sticks that were in the Loki series, but this could just be a different design specifically for this movie, because the TVA agents are also looking just a bit different than they did in the Loki series. Different costume designers, different production team. They probably all followed the same Bible, but you get the picture. And we have one of the most egregious examples of somebody committing one of the most insane man faux pas that ever existed in grabbing DP's wig and removing it aggressively. So rude. And then they go and step on it, adding insult to injury. Nice stark red Marvel logo. Feeling real bloody, feeling the gore, feeling the movement, feeling the viscera. It looks good, it feels good.
You appear to have soiled yourself while unconscious.
I wasn't unconscious.
So that appears to be Mr. Paradox, who I still don't know who it is. It's apparently one of the characters from the comics and showed up around the time of Secret Wars, I think. So he will be the one featured prominently in these TVA scenes. A classic Ryan Reynolds improv moment, if you will.
Walk with me.
So this seems to be the TVA that we know and love, because as you can see in the background, there's an hourglass right side up right there instead of an infinity symbol, which indicates that the timeline is probably split up and down just like that the tree Yggdrasil, with the background of the mural sporting the same look that the one in Loki had on the last episode of season 2 when he was able to reform the multiverse.
Wade.
You are special. This is your chance.
To be a hero among heroes. I smell what you're stepping in, Sensei.
So here it looks like he's actually wearing a name tag for probably a sort of full-time retail job that says Wade, sales consultant, which indicates that he is probably unsatisfied with his current state of affairs, being the sort of average Joe who is just kind of living his life. So this invites him into an opportunity to kind of break out and just do his own thing, which is where we're going to get the sort of romp that we're about to go on. And in this shot, we see him in sort of like a snowy forest type section of the world, which probably indicates that he might be in the intro scene to Avengers Age of Ultron. At some point in the beginning of that movie, they are looking for Strucker's hidden base and are fighting together in a sort of wintry forest, in which we see the first time where Black Widow soothes Hulk back into banner form. This could be a hint at what his overall mission is, which could be either to kill the classic Avengers or to recruit them into a possible multiversal Avengers team. I'm guessing though that that's probably going to go tits up at some point, and he will have to improvise. By the way, shout out to this suit, it's looking pretty good. It is definitely a bit more comic book X-menized than in the previous Deadpool movies, where it was more tactical looking. The next couple scenes are a bit jumbled up, so the message might be a little warbled, but it looks like Deadpool is being sent on some kind of a kill the Marvel Universe mission, with the targets being perhaps the traditional Avengers. And so this type of scene could be them setting him up for this mission that he doesn't know is one that he might not particularly want to take.
Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever. I am Marvel Jesus.
Could be that he's originally tasked with taking out the Avengers, but decides that that is not for him, that he is actually meant for a greater purpose, and instead decides to recruit them to his side in order to grab some MacGuffin or take out the Kangs or prevent a multiversal war or some such, depending on what's happening with the Kang recasting and all that kind of stuff. He could at some point decide that he doesn't like what the TVA is all about and tries to race alongside them or fight actively against them in order to achieve that goal. In a scene that mirrors Iron Man 1, when Tony Stark was driving alongside the convoy, the military convoy that was then attacked when he entered the cave. The only reason I say this is because in one of the following shots, Deadpool appears to be waking up in a cave. The only thing that I can't account for is the weird, larger structure in the center there. Here in this transition, we get what I believe is the first look of Cassandra Nova, who is the gender-bent version of Charles Xavier, or rather his sister, but basically just a gender-bent version of Charles Xavier. And she's also extremely powerful, very cool telepathic. I don't know much about her, but she's definitely in the comics. She's rumored to be the villain of the piece. Here is the shot of him waking up in what appears to be a cave-like structure, but then immediately we get what also appears to be a little back shot of Mr. Wolvie himself, either that or a really badass looking beast. I'm sure it's probably Wolverine.
I am Marvel Jesus.
This could be the moment when Mr. Paradox decides that perhaps Deadpool might be a little too unhinged for the task that he is trying to lay out for him. And it would be great if this is the scene that actually escalated into him deciding that DP deciding that he wanted to take things outside the scope of what the TVA wants him to do, as we would then get to see a very fun escape from the TVA scene, though that might not happen because we already did see that in Loki once. So it seems like at some point, probably the inciting incident, the TVA is going to try to erase the Fox universe because of all the inconsistencies and the dual existences of certain characters and overlapping timelines. And they've probably already started, or they're like moving on to moments that we've seen in the MCU, and the stuff on the screens could either be 616 or just as important to Wade. And so he's going to decide to stop them by first failing to kill the Avengers and then recruiting their help in the form of possibly some variants that we've seen before. I heard that there's a rumor that there's the Deadpool core in it. Perhaps that could be the agency that they form at the end of the movie with the variants that he's able to recruit. And I did read that some of the leaked info that came out said that DP was going to be looking for some Prime variants, and I have no idea what that means, but that might be what sort of this is about. Here we get more of the fight between DP and the TVA. It appears though that he is still in this wintry forest battleground scenario, probably en route to recruit or kill an Avenger. We then get a very clear nod to 20th Century Fox by seeing the burnt out hulk of its shape buried in the sand in the void at the end of time. I like how this void at the end of time is a little bit brighter, though you can kind of still see storm clouds in the distance. It kind of gives us the idea that the void is its own sort of realm or universe, just about as massive as the quantum realm was. And a nice little tactical reload from Mr. DP. Here we get to see the appearance of our little buddy Eliath, as a purple mist lifts TVA prisoner off the ground. So he's still around in some capacity, perhaps being controlled by Renslayer, perhaps not. The scene here looks like it's a bit of a Mad Max type of environment and could be a lifted environment from the comics as sort of a cheeky reference. More likely it's a staging area for whatever the forces are that are trapped or living there. It could be a field of operations for the current iteration of the TVA, where they could probably monitor or direct Eliath to specific prone targets, or Renslayer might have a base, who knows. Then we get to see DP smashing through the back window of another forest setting, which could be, and I'm guessing wildly here, either somewhere in Westchester or in the forest scene from the movie Logan. He could possibly even be fighting a Logan. Now, I know some people have already covered this. This is clearly not Doom. The thing that I wanted to mention here, though, is that the sort of design on this satellite dish looking thing looks like the same mark that the Bifrost leaves when it collides with the ground whenever it transports someone to or from. It has the same sort of squiggliness, so perhaps this could be some sort of a energy beam directed weapon of some sort, that since you can see a helicarrier in the distance and sort of a mangled structures and Golden Gate bridges and things like that, that seems to be cobbled together from the tech lying around, and could give a hint that perhaps magic and tech are aligning in the void at the end of time. The question does remain, though, who is that guy in the weird mask? Probably not Doom, because Doom was more of a magical kind of guy, wouldn't be wielding a gun like that, but perhaps somebody else, some member of the X team, somebody that we possibly know, maybe we don't know, I don't know, who knows, I don't know. More of the Age of Ultron intro battleground, but I don't see any other indication that there was a previous battle or fight there. They could be editing that out for the trailer itself, which would be par for the course when talking about Marvel, but you just never know. And just a side note, this represents a long-standing dream that I've had, to spray Uzis dual wield while driving off the side of a cliff in a tropical location, with a tiger in the back seat of a Camaro that I have stuffed a bunch of illicit drugs into in the moment before my death. So shout out to dual wielding Uzis.
God, I love this part. Wait!
Then we get another shot of what could either be Westchester or the Logan Forest, with DP in the car covered in blood. And is that a cheeky claw mark? Why, yes it is. It appears as though he's fighting Wolvie here, so I'm gonna go with the Logan Forest, though he could just be protecting the X-Mansion. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be tripping through time, going through all kinds of different moments of movies that in moments that we've seen before already. The next shot, we got my boy Pyro here. He looks a little worse for the wear. He is about 15 years older than he was in the original X-Men movies, but that's him, I believe. I'll confirm it with a picture if I can find one. The guy who is certainly not Dr. Doom, out of focus in the foreground. Now, would they hide a Dr. Doom cameo in the same trailer that they've hidden another character that they're pretending might be Dr. Doom for those with eagle eyes? Perhaps, who knows? Hidden in plain sight? I doubt it. The next shot, we get to see DP thrown through a wall, clearly by Wolvie, in a very masculine display of strength. He is then laid out and asks for help, and Wolvie obliges, but maybe not in the way that he wanted. So my guess is that his recognition of Wolvie or asking him for help was probably an indicator that this might be a mirror match. Perhaps Wolvie against DP plus Wolvie, and it's going to be great. I don't know why else he would confuse the guy he's asking for help with a friendly unless there's a way to mistake him for one, you know? I'm not sure if what I said made sense, but you catch my drift. I'm betting there's going to be a lot of variant shenanigans in this one, so we'll probably get more than one DP as well. More than one Wolvie. Everyone else is kind of up for grabs. Mr. Krabs. The publications said that some characters went across over with DP, so I hope that's still the case. You know, shout out for Dopinder. Fingers crossed for most of his crew, honestly. Cable and Juggy added just for my own preference. I particularly like those characters. All in all, I think that this is going to align with sort of my own headcanon speculation that has been that DP is going to be forming a sort of multiversal Avengers team, though that does conflict with the rumors about Deadpool Corps. So I don't know, who knows, maybe at the end of the movie they might become the Deadpool Corps. Perhaps they're going to be in it and then get slaughtered in the very beginning, leaving room for the multiversal Avengers, which may give DP the idea. I don't know, who knows. Either way, it's shaping up to be a real roller coaster ride through time and space, which is always a cool concept. They may stray away from much mention of Kang, just because of like the recasting or retooling of the multiverse or whatever they plan to do, though they might have already had a plan in place by the time this was all decided, as that's kind of pretty central to the next entries in the multiverse saga, including and up to Secret Wars and beyond. I think it's going to be great, as it's a proven fact that every single third entry to every single superhero movie is always the best one, right? Well, this one looks pretty good at least, okay? And I think there's a lot of potential for further Easter eggs and references, so if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Goose's crap pot theories. It sounded like I said crap pot. Maximum effort. That's about all I got for you.